Hey, Clay Nazer with Bluon here. Going to be taking you through a quick run through of the Bluon for Business platform, both on the technician side out in the field, as you'll see here in the middle, and then also on the back end, you will also see a desktop version for any office, parts, warehouse team, you name it. We'll be able to have access to that same data, model info, information, technical data, and so forth. Where everything gets started is out in the field with our technicians. Handful of ways that techs can use this tool. They're able to have it on both phone and or tablet, so no issues there. They're able to bounce back and forth, obviously, between jobs. As you're getting started here, you're going to see the scan nameplate at the top and at the bottom, which we'll dive into shortly. You can go directly into our AI support, Master Mechanic. This is our all-in-one technical support tool. And then you can also go into search model and parts from the home page as well, as I'll show you here. We are a completely brand agnostic tool, Aon all the way down to York. We have about 20 million plus unique model numbers and about 100 million plus unique part numbers and cross references. So a very expansive database ranging from residential, commercial, chillers, boilers, water heaters, thermostats, all the new A2L equipment, R32, 454, even diving into the refrigeration side of things. Um, so as you get started there, you can go in to pick up where you left off. Super helpful when we're reverting back to any jobs or piece of equipment. You can also search our database here at the top. So just as long as you can see three characters on that model or on that part number, GSX, THC, as you see, I'm typing into the search bar 126, whether it's at the beginning, middle, or end of that model number. Same view on any part. If we pull out a motor, capacitor, fan blade, three characters still populates everything within our database as well, whether beginning, middle, or end. So zooming back out here, as I mentioned, the quick, easy way to get started is to go in and scan the nameplate. So as I'm a technician pulling up to that job site, pulling up to that customer's home, you'll see my head here for a second. For real time, I'm acting like I'm scanning that nameplate in the field, or I can go in and grab any specific photo that I have saved or indexed in my camera reel, whether residential, commercial. For sakes of this demo, I'm going to dive into a residential model. You can scan commercial models just the same, and it will pull up the data. As my computer spins up down here, you are going to see model details, brand name, serial number. It's going to pull age and warranty, giving you a manufacturing date for that piece of equipment. You're going to have a warranty status here just based on the general manufacturing date. We won't know if it's truly registered versus not. And then having all of the spec data there, super helpful for the technicians on the fly to have in your hands. You can share this info very easily with the one-click copy, take that into whatever FSM internal system that you're using and go from there. In that same workflow, you hit search parts and manuals. It automatically searches that full model number for you. So just make sure that's matching up there. And now when you click in, you have every relevant piece of information you're going to need on that 1.5 ton model you scanned. You're going to see AI support, which we'll dive into, extended model specs here. So filter dryer information, compressor type info, and so forth for any service or also PM work. Super helpful on both residential and commercial. On the manual side of things, you can dive in here. You're going to have everything from service fact, product data, IOMs, wiring diagrams, you name it. Here at the very top, you're also going to see Ask the Manuals Now. When you click this button, it will take you directly into Master Mechanic. And now no more scrolling through those manuals, 50, 100 pages trying to find what you need. Hit Ask the Manuals, ask the question, hey, I'm looking for these error codes, this flash codes. Well, hey, what should this sizing be? Go in and ask that, and it will pull it to the forefront for you. So save yourself a lot of time there, which we'll show here in just a second as well. On the original parts side of things below manuals, full OEM parts list here. So motors, capacitors, fan blades, literally down to the nuts and bolts of this model as you see here. We'll scroll back up to the top and focus in on this fan motor. You're going to have your motor specs here, the OEM part number, and below each functional part, you're going to see these blue replacements. And as you dive in, not only do you have this Goodman OEM and extended specs, when you click into replacements, we have everything from OEM to OEM and also OEM to aftermarket. So whether it's our tech out in the field piecing together with something they have on the truck, maybe running the supply house, just giving us more efficiency, more shots on goal between our local distributors. In the instance to where I need to share this data, whether to get it into our internal system, to send it over to a parts warehouse coordinator, anyone ordering any parts, I just can hit the share button from any of those parts, hit share, hit back office. And then now, whether I'm emailing, texting, copy and pasting, I can do so from there. It's going to have that OEM model number, the OEM fan motor that we needed for that part. And then the big thing for our internal team, as I hinted at the desktop site earlier, is this business.bluon link. When anyone from our back office team clicks into that link, it will pull up the desktop site. They'll have eyes on that full OEM motor, full spec list, and then the 16 known replacements as well. So you're able to take that into any distributor e-commerce platform and go from there. Zooming back out to the homepage of this model, we've talked through the model specs, talked through the manuals. Obviously, the Ask the Manuals is a big thing there that we're going to dive into here, and then the full OEM parts list below. On the technical side of things, so obviously, if your technicians are calling, yourself, your service managers, other technicians out in the field, this is giving them a first line of defense before they have to, pick up that phone and say, hey, can't figure this out. Hit AI support. Within seconds, you're going to see a quick thing here. We added an explain deeper mode. So this is going to be super cool. When we dive in, it's going to automatically search that GSX 13 model for me. What it's doing here is pulling from anything historical we have on this GSX series. It's going to pull from the manuals, the parts data, all of the specs. The way we built this tool is we actually had live technical calls for the last 6, 7 years. We took about 150,000 hours of technical calls from 5K mini splits all the way up to chillers, refrigeration models, you name it. Current day, we're seeing anywhere between 4 to 5,000 questions, and we're running about a 99% correct rate on those questions. So a very good technical tool right off the bat. You are able to voice chat into it with the little microphone down here in the bottom, speak into it just like you'd be talking to a fellow technician or technical support. Hey, I'm working on this Goodman. I've done X, Y, and Z to the model. These are my pressures, what I'm seeing, hearing, feeling. You can type into it if you're more comfortable. Or if you're not sure about the starting point, but hey, you know it's a compressor not starting or it's a no cooling call, you can choose one of these most common issues and these change on the specific type of model that you're working on. But let's say, hey, I know I've got low suction and high head pressure, and I'm not sure what the issue is. Hit troubleshoot, hit enter. Within seconds, it's like having a veteran technician sitting in my back pocket. It's going to go through all of our necessary data here, pull from all the previous information we have. It's going to give me most likely causes here across the top, a quick diagnosis on things to do. Obviously, I'm going to be calculating, temperatures, pressures, target superheat, subcool, and it's going to give me those readings to be on the lookout for. It will ask me a couple quick questions here to continue that process. If I want it to dive a step deeper, then great. Hit explain deeper, and it will go into essentially a detailed mode for you. It's going to explain what it did here across the top, just in a much deeper dive here as my computer keeps rolling here. So you're going to see that same quick diagnosis here, explaining those pressures, explaining those head temps, and then, hey, what to measure first and how to do so. And then it will give you that step-by-step scenario on the order of operations here. So really deep diving, as you see, it's giving you a good bit of a ton of information here. Anything you're not understanding, you can go in and dive in a step further. If you've narrowed it down to a certain issue, definitely hammer down on that issue and ask a follow-up here at the bottom as well. Couple efficiency tools down here as well. You're going to see a play audio button, completely hands-free, voice chat into the tool. You can have it play that audio back to you. One-click copy, super easy to take that data into our internal system, send it over to our service manager and so forth. Thumbs up, thumbs down, super important here. While this is an AI tool, there's always the human element behind it. So we're doing quality control on the back of these answers. Thumbs up, hey, great, solved your issue, easy to understand. Thumbs down is what we really want to look for. If anything is incorrect, incomplete, other, that's how we go in and QC that answer and solution set. Down here, obviously, as we mentioned, ask the manuals on the manuals front, troubleshooting. Hit that ask the manuals button, and you can ask it exactly what you're looking for. What are the most common error codes on this unit? and it will go ahead and pull all of that data to the forefront for you, the same as it would have if we would have clicked in directly from the manuals. So now this is saving our technicians a ton of time out in the field. So it's going to pull those common error codes here across the top. It's going to ask me a couple quick questions. Hey, if I want anything more specific, I can do so from there. But I won't dive too far into that. Yeah, obviously, you can see the value there. And then one more efficiency tool across the bottom, job summaries. We know job summaries can sometimes be a pain, right? Having that notes section, whether it's for that customer out in the field or whether, hey, it's for our next technician that comes across that job for our service manager to double check, we can hit customer or technical summary. Customer will be a little bit more basic layman's terms explaining to Mr. and Mrs. Customer what we did, why we did it. Technical will have a little bit more of that technical jargon. I can add any additional job details, maybe a PO number, what street it was, and it will add it into that information. Maybe, hey, it was, hey, this was the exact issue. Maybe it was a compressor failure, capacitor, you name it. We can do so from there. As you hit enter, it will create that job summary based on your chat history above. So it's going to be just obviously talking about the fault codes you were displaying and go from there. You can one click copy that, take that into your internal system. But keep that in mind in input in, input out. Obviously, what you're giving it will give you that kind of feedback and so forth. Up here in the top left, also a quick chat history for anything our technicians come across. I can go in by specific model, or if I just had a quick question, maybe I'm troubleshooting an indoor unit, I can go back and find that exact issue from there. So just a helpful tool there on the back end. Quick view of the desktop site. As I've gone in and showed you, the quick view of how to save that information, sharing that to our parts manager, our warehouse team, you name it. The desktop site is the app blown up on a much bigger scale. Same view is on the app. You can type in with just 3 characters. You can go in and have all of your extended model specs, all of your manuals here on the fly, the Ask the manuals there. You can go into the straight OEM parts list with all the part numbers, and then also all of the known replacements here as well. We just recently added the model scan to the desktop site. So anyone at the office needs to scan in any model information. You can go in and browse files. You can take a photo if you're maybe on, if you have a photo there, you can drop the files in there. So super helpful. And then directly from that model page as well, you will be able to go into AI technical support. So within Master Mechanic, anyone at the office that has anything quick technical on the fly, they can do so and see what their technicians are seeing. They can use the job summary function. On the back end for any owner, service manager, so forth, there's a dashboard with some really helpful KPIs that we can present to yourself, your team, of showing usage, how we're using the tool, and then some really helpful training opportunities as well. But that's a quick rundown of the tool. I appreciate the time with you. Any questions, please follow up with us. Happy to talk through and get your teams rolling. Appreciate it. Thank you all.